Hey everybody, I'm Adam,
I'm Michael.
and today Mike's going to talk about an assortment of shit because we're bored in Ohio.
Assortment of shit.
Well, you know,
Actually, that's really accurate.
are all of these movies bad?
They were all bad. They were all really
Well,
bad.
I mean, I knew Rampage would be.
You know what Rampage is? Did you watch even the trailers of this thing?
Yeah.
This film is like Michael Bay fucked Steven Spielberg and had a baby J.J. Abrams. Process that.
I don't want to.
So you got the character development type deal the same way that Steven Spielberg shoots every film with some family-friendly shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got Michael Bay's lens flare, not to the point of J.J. Abrams, but that's also why I include J.J. But the explosions and the action that he does, exactly, it's like the guy took a handbook. With the J.J. Abrams, executive produced these fucking what are his movies that he's doing? Cloverfield.
Cloverfield, yeah.
It's got space shit at the beginning with severed limbs flying around everywhere and blood and shit. Yeah, I'm like, what movie am I watching here?
What?
And then it goes really family friendly. Then it goes vulgar. There's all kinds of monkey flipping off the rock, and it's supposed to be funny.
I like they're like, there's never been a good video game movie. Like, really good one. I know you're like, oh, the first Resident Evil's not bad, but there's never really been a good one. Let's really scrape the bottom of the barrel. Let's do Rampage, a movie that's based off of a game about just big monsters that punch buildings and eat people.
Yeah. The way they were doing the film, it was believable. Well, okay. It was believable in the sense that they were doing the CRISPR. They were saying CRISPR. They were messing with genetically modifying.
Yeah.
And they were doing it in space because it was illegal. We Americans, you know how we do things. It's illegal, so they were doing it in space. A company was doing it, and then the space.
No, you just have a lawyer do it for you.
Or
okay, yeah.
there's a. I don't even give a shit that I'm ruining this. Don't ever watch this movie.
Oh no, I never planned on it.
So it starts with this space station basically floating just above Earth's, surface.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell, just in orbit. And there's one female alive who's basically running for her life in space, pulling herself, floating around everywhere because there is a giant feral rat that has killed everyone else.
Why couldn't that have been the movie?
Dude, honestly,
It's
if they
called
just stuck
Space
with
Rat.
that, it should have just called Space Rat. It reminded me of Dead Space, the game, a little bit because the body's just floating, like the pieces just floating around. And I was like,
Rat.
shit, this is gonna be a horror film. I'm gonna like this way more than I thought I was gonna like this, even though it looked nothing like the trailer at all. And anyway, the space station's about ready to blow up because I guess the rat killed everybody and now the spaceship's got to blow up or something. And the lady...
It'd shoot through all the wires, I'm sure.
I'm sure. The last astronaut says or scientist astronaut, whatever the fuck you want to call it, says she's going to leave. She's going to take the escape pod. And they're like, you're not allowed to return to the Earth's surface unless you get the CRISPR DNA things are recipes that we've made, these capsules, which are basically, it's fucking Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
They didn't make them green. They're yellow instead. But they're in the same kind of capsules. So,
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think a while ago we were like, this is like a Secret of the Ooze prequel or something.
So she gets in the space pod, and then that rat smacks its face against the window. The space station explodes as she goes away. Well, unfortunately, and also you could see it coming completely. That crack was enough to make the capsule she's in, which should have been
decompressed.
it should have been decompressed, but it just exploded.
Oh.
Right. And the 3 capsules that she had saved now just fly to Earth.
And they come
into separate spots. And it's hilarious because one shoots right into a zoo with the monkey. One shoots right into the swamp to an alley, it's a crocodile, but I don't know why there's a crocodile in the Florida swamps. And then the other one just hits some forest area where there's a wolf.
Do they explain why the wolf is like a flying squirrel wolf?
Yes, because not only
was he eating a flying squirrel?
No.
And it can find the genetics.
They mentioned at some point that they were messing with they were taking all the best parts of animals and putting it into one thing, and all they had to do was breathe it. And if you breathe that shit in, it started mutating you and giving you all those abilities. So the wolf grew like, the flying squirrels, right? Where it just kind of does its body.
Yeah.
It does that.
Now,
no one else could fly, though, by the way. Monkey couldn't fly. Monkey was just monkey.
Yeah. Just big albino
George.
gorilla.
And his name was fucking George.
Of course, yeah. George of the Jungle.
Right.
And I like that he did sign language.
It was the best watching The Rock do sign language half the movie.
Do you think he did the mocap for the gorilla too? Because he's a big boy.
Big. He's big.
He could have done the mocap for that.
And maybe.
Did that sound racist? I
don't.
I played that comment back in my head.
You said he's a big man. I wasn't taking it as you're calling him a gorilla because of his ethnicity, because he's a big man.
I was like, ooh, maybe somebody could misconstrue my intention there.
Yeah, definitely not. I definitely didn't take it that way.
Does a person
go ahead and ask it.
Inhale some of this or whatever and mutate? And is it The Rock?
Okay, so this is what I thought they were going to do. Because
that's a real 30 Days of Night kind of moment.
And she's in it, by the way. Or not 30 Days of Night. I was thinking 28 Days Later. The whole time I'm thinking, this is the same setup almost as Infected with Rage, except they're infected with CRISPR. Because the girl, the African-American woman that's in 28 Days Later, is the scientist in this who's trying to help The Rock.
Okay.
Come up with a cure.
Okay.
To save them. So, okay, the best thing about Rampage, I love that.
Who gets mutated?
Okay, nobody does, but The Rock does pick up the capsule and holds it right by his face. And I thought later on, he's going to have to help the monkey fight the other two.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
No, George just kind of has to fight him himself and gets his ass beat.
Does George die?
Well, George,
I don't care.
George dies. There's a whole moment. And then The Rock thinks he's dead. And then as The Rock turns around, because they try to put in these comedic moments, he's like, did I just see you move? Did you just move? You're not really dead, are you? You're playing a game. And then the monkey flips him off again.
So definitely Michael Bay style jokes.
Oh yeah, they were bad. Movie. It was. I mean,
can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Why does The Rock do this? I don't get it. He's incredibly likable.
Right.
He's basically the Arnold of our time.
I completely agree with you.
Why does he do all these shitty movies?
I don't know.
Like it's like he's like game for whatever. He's like DTF but with movies.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. This movie, it was bad. It was a bad movie. Claire liked it. But Claire liked it because one, The Rock is in it.
Right.
And two, who's the guy that they was gonna have play Batman's arch nemesis, and he's at the end of Justice League movie. I never even watched
Joe Magalello or
yeah, he doesn't last long in the film.
Mangello.
Yeah, Wolf eats him. He comes in as a bad, they're the guys, like the mercenaries, and he's like the merc, and then gets eaten by the wolf.
Nice.
But as soon as she saw The Rock's in it, and two, he's in it, she's like, oh, I'm done. I like this film.
I can appreciate Claire is sometimes just in it for the eye candy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it. I'll be like, oh, yeah, it's like, I'll watch that fucking Ghost in the Shell for ScarJo.
Yeah.
And to see like some of the cool effects. But if the movie's a dog, it's a fucking dog.
It is.
No matter how attractive ScarJo is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to want to rewatch that.
No.
I still haven't watched it, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so Rampage, don't see it.
Don't.
Did any of the creatures punch buildings?
I thought that's where you're going to go next. Because, the whole game itself was they punch buildings and they mess them up until they fall down, right? Mm-hmm. And then they also, when their health is getting low, grab people and eat them.
Yeah.
They're rarely ever, until the end of the film, on a building at all, climbing up a building at all. They do it once. And the only person, or only creature, animal, to eat a single person the way that it should be in the film.
Was a wolf?
Nope, was George. And
George ate a person? Was it a bad person?
It was the bad person. The girl that plays what is her name? What's the Watchmen? In the Watchmen, she plays the yellow.
I have no idea what her name is.
Her.
I know you're talking about that.
She's the bad. She's the one that's running the company that was doing the illegal testing to begin with.
Gotcha.
So they stick the cure. They give her the cure, and then basically catapult her up in the air, assuming George, who hasn't eaten a person this entire movie long,
just grab her and eat her?
Will grab her and eat her. And he grabs her in the hand, tosses her up in the air, opens up, slow-mo, flies down and gulp, eats her. And then, of course, that's how he gets medicated. And now he's not raging anymore. And he's still huge, but he wants to help now.
Oh, we should rewrite this movie, but have it be about roid rage, which is almost
28 days later.
No. It was a different Michael Bay movie, The Pain and Gain, about the bodybuilder.
Yeah,
it'd be like that, but they're all just fucking roid raging and start fighting until somebody throws something in their mouth and they're like, "Oh, I want to be a good guy." That's so stupid.
The movie was really so. The real main powerhouse of the whole movie, as far as the creatures go, is the crocodile, who doesn't even get there.
I was gonna say, doesn't
till almost the end of the
right?
film. And you should see that thing climbing a building. That was dumb as shit.
Does it? Yeah, because I'm sure it still has kind of...
It looks exactly like a crocodile. Except it's got some extended protective shells and shit.
Okay.
Oh, let's not forget the porcupine needles that are on the wolf also, that he could at any moment fling his tail and would go flying into people. With his bat wings also.
So dumb.
George didn't have any abilities.
Yeah. Well, how did George get shortchanged in all this?
He did. He just got bigger.
What would be some good additions to a gorilla? To fight porcupine, batwing, wolf. Did the crocodile have anything special?
He had those kind of hardened shelled scales, or
like an armadillo.
Yeah,
crocodile.
Kind of like that. I say you give George a unicorn horn. They can just.
But that's not a real. Well, we'll say rhino horn.
Well, then it's just going to hook off his nose, right back into his face. That's why I went with the unicorn.
Ooh, what about ram horns?
Ram horns could have been sweet.
He just charges at him like the shitty Juggernaut in that third X-Men movie.
Exactly. Although I like that actor.
Oh, yeah, of course. Everyone likes that actor.
They could have done a sweet shot with George running with his ram horns right at the crocodile and it going to bite him, but it closes down on those horns.
Yeah.
That could have been a sweet action shot.
Yeah, that he grabs his fucking jaws and just fucking rips it open like a fucking wishbone.
I think King Kong did that.
Yeah, he did.
Which this is basically King Kong.
Yeah, it'd be an homage.
Yeah.
It's an homage to King Kong and Coco, the gorilla.
So stupid.
Jane Goodall. Wasn't that the name of that gorilla's friend, Jane Goodall?
Jane. Yeah, Jane.
Yeah, so The Rock is Jane Goodall.
Actually, pretty much.
Yeah.
They even fist pump a couple times.
I'm not fist bumping a gorilla.
Dude, it was bad. So anyway, this movie is like it's about a D plus. I'm only giving it the plus because they had a decent idea, but they made it so cheesy, so bad.
And why did they have to name it Rampage based off of that video game?
Not only that, but when they did a shot the first time you saw the boss lady in her office about where the capsules went, we need to go find them. In the background, you could see an arcade machine that was Rampage.
Oh my God. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
All right. I know you had a couple other movies you want to talk about. We spent a good 15 minutes
Just
on that one.
These other
which
two.
is fine. Whichever one you'd have more to say, I'd say talk about that one, and we'll do a quick overview of your last one you want to talk about.
So I saw You Were Never Really Here.
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix.
And I saw Dark Crimes with Jim Carrey, where he plays a Russian detective. Who's...
Which one are you going to talk about next?
Jim Carrey, this accent.
That's what I... Oh
it's
my
a
God.
It's a serious film, like sex crimes, serious film.
Are we able to like hold a phone up to the microphone for a second just so I can hear
what it sounds like?
Yeah. As long as you do like you get like 20 seconds. Only 20 seconds, and that's fair use or whatever, I think is the rule. Your wife would know.
Dark Crimes.
While you're doing that,
Yeah.
I was going to segue like I had something to talk about. I fucking don't.
You got nothing for me?
I mean, I rewatched Deadpool 2, although I don't know why I didn't watch the super duper cut that's on the thing.
Shit. I have it. I bought it. Mm-hmm. You have to choose the super duper cut instead of just...
They give you both. They give you the theatrical and super duper.
I wish I'd have known that.
Because I think super duper has like additional scenes at the end, like post credits.
Yeah.
And some other stuff sprinkled in. What the fuck was that?
Well, I think I found the interrogation movie clip.
Okay.
Let me scrub here so I can just see.
Yeah.
Yeah, here he is.
I'll pause this.
All right, you'll pause it until I get it just right?
Yep.
All right, you do that.
Officer, the killer could know those facts. The details of the murder were never published. So how do you know about that? You really want me to
That's
tell
him.
you I'm
So how do you know about that?
What do you think? I think the book is your confession. Why would I confess?
I think the book is your confession.
Tell me I'm wrong.
That's enough. That sounds really bad.
Yeah, it's not even... It's like he's not trying, but I'm trying, but I'm not trying, but I'm trying.
It sounds like a parody. Like
Yeah.
Like this should be a comedy, and he's like an Inspector Clouseau type, where it's like more a caricature of the accent than anything else.
Yes, that's exactly right.
But it's a serious movie.
It's a serious movie. And
You said it's called 13 Crimes?
Dark Crimes.
I think I said 13 Crimes. I was going to say, are 12 of them his accent?
Well, there's a bunch of... there's a ton of nudity. Like, they take these women and to this, like, basically a warehouse, and these rich men literally do whatever they want to them, and some of them are murdered, and some of them aren't. Some of them are just raw-dogged.
Shit.
Well, it's the truth. And but it's creepy because the beginning of the movie is literally, you see this. It starts out nudity. These women brought in sex. They're being hung up, or
almost like
S&M all over shit. And then when one of the guys actually leaves and pulls away, Jim Carrey's just sitting out there in his car, I don't think he could see in a window, but it's like he was out there taking care of business that close to the building while they're in there doing their thing. And he doesn't even follow the guy that leaves.
Oh, I thought he was like doing a sting.
No.
He just happened to be
just
there
in his car.
Oh, that is really poor storytelling.
The directing and everything.
They're like, we're not sure how to transition from this S&M scene to our inspector character. I know. Let's just have him parked outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Worst investigator ever.
It's basically Basic Instinct, much dirtier, and there's a lot of vagina, but there's no
Ding dong.
There's no nice reveal of a vagina. Like no one just happenstancely uncrosses their legs.
Uncross and then cross.
There's
again.
just bush everywhere.
It's just gratuitous.
It's just gratuitous. There's no reason to show it, to be honest with you. They just did it for shock value. And the movie's really bad. Really bored. I was bored 20 minutes in, and it might have been within an hour and a half to 2 hours long. It was so bad. There was literally no reason to watch it. The story is not anything that's new. There was somebody who wrote a book, just like in Basic Instinct, and the murder that was done was exactly what this guy did, just like Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone. She was portraying or writing about what happened, these murder. Same exact scenario, except it's just darker. And
Jim Carrey with the bad accent.
He even bangs one of the women that was one of the sex slave people. Just like Michael Douglas banged Sharon. Exactly the same, man.
That's dumb.
It is dumb. Don't watch that film. I give that one a solid F, and I like Jim Carrey.
Does he have his long hair?
No, it's really short, but he's got a beard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it, because, like, he's really good.
Yeah, he's good in serious dramas and stuff like that, too. I mean, he's a good actor.
Eternal Sunshine's one of my favorite dramas.
Love that movie.
I know, we saw it together.
I know. It was like
adorable.
Our first date.
We got out, like, should we hold hands?
Yeah. Instead, we just got to it in the car.
No.
You just don't remember. Okay. Lastly, you were never really here.
You should have never really watched it.
No. I don't even know what to tell you about this. Joaquin Phoenix's character finds people's daughters that were taken, again, by the sex trade. They're just younger girls that have been taken, usually between ages 12 and to.
Like, is he like a PI?
He's an he's an ex-military guy who basically is a mercenary now. He gets hired by people to go find daughters. Usually it's like government officials. In this case, it was like a governor whose daughter was taken. They can't find her, so go find her.
He's kind of like the Snake Plissken of sex trafficking.
Yeah, but so the violence of Drive, right?
Yes.
Okay, toned down a little bit, and they made it sound like it was that. Like the whole about this movie is he's a violent man. Please. Ryan Gosling in Drive is way more violent than Joaquin Phoenix was in this movie.
So that elevator scene.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
And everything else, not even close.
Okay.
It's just, it's boring as hell. Joaquin Phoenix is great. He's great acting whatever the hell he's acting. I don't know I couldn't tell you. He was just, he was walking around like he had insomnia the whole time. Going after, they would do flashbacks of him having some sort of bad military experience with people, or he might have killed a woman or a family or something because he had to.
So this is like him paying his penance.
Yeah, so he's struggling with that the whole time while finding people's daughters. There's a twist with, I'm not even going to go into it because don't watch the movie. And at the very end of the film, I'm going to ruin it for you. At the very end of the film, after he rescues this daughter, brings her back, finds out some stuff about her. There's a twist and some shit. Mm-hmm. He's sitting in a diner. She gets up to use the bathroom. He takes out his gun and shoots himself in the face. Falls straight forward on the table.
After he saved like his last girl.
Sure. I couldn't tell you.
He's like, I'm good now.
And then after that happens, it sits in that scene for a minute. Girl walks past her, sits back down. As soon as she sits back down, he never shot himself. It was just a thing he played out in his head. And then the movie ends with him just sitting there.
That's stupid.
Right. I was like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? And then just over.
Just own it or not.
It was bad, dude.
It's like somebody was like, we really should end it like this. And the other was like, no, we shouldn't end it like that.
Yeah.
And like, compromise.
I tell you what, I think when him shooting himself in the face based on everything else I saw in that movie was a fair ending for that film. They should have just
Yeah.
Just had him do it.
Sounded like he was tortured for what he had to do when he was in the military. He's trying to pay some sort of penance for his sins. And I guess once he feels like, hey, I've done my bit to, try to undo, not really undo, but like...
And he's also kind of used for this last mission.
Okay.
Also, but yeah.
Pay for some of the crimes that he's done. He's like, well, or maybe then like he realizes he's still just a tool for some outside force, like he was for the government in his country.
That is exactly right. Yep.
His only way out is to off himself.
It's like you watch the fucking movie.
Fuck yeah, man. That just means that you're good at describing it.
Now that was a sweet comment from you.
We know. We're on the same wavelength.
We are. Our two heads, and I'm talking about those two. It's like they're kissing each other underneath the table.
Gross.
You see they're full blown. I know it was announced a couple months ago about Deadwood, but
yeah,
I forget who's the guys that Swearengen's right hand man at the bar.
Big Dan Doherty.
Yes, the actor.
Yeah,
tweeted it was either this morning or last night that he was able to read the full final script.
Amazing.
He said it's amazing.
I'm so pissed that it's taken him this long to do this because what's his face is dead. I think I played Cy Tolliver.
I know that bothers me.
That dude, he basically only plays that one character in anything he's in, but he's so fucking good at it. He's so menacing. It's like who is Al gonna have to butt heads with? Who's basically a version of him? He's got Bullock. That's kind of that's his foil. They have a weird love-hate relationship, but Cy, like, they were two sides of the same coin,
right?
But both the same side. It's just like Cy was like a more classed up version of Al.
Yes, exactly. I agree. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, or how they're gonna try to explain it, or if they're gonna try to like morph another character into that kind of role. I mean, could they have Joni Stubbs kind of take over? Like, mention that Cy died somehow, and Joni Stubbs takes over.
I hope it can't be cheesy. Saloon. The guys are good. They're good writers and stuff. I would think that they've made it I hope so, because I don't want it to bother me. I'm watching.
I have full faith because that show is fantastic.
Yeah,
and really, Disney should hire them for how they're going to handle Princess Leia in the next Star Wars movie.
You saw they're using a bunch of footage from Force Awakens.
Yeah,
and kind of.
Yeah, Force Awakens and Last Jedi. They're going to use dual things, which would have been a lot cheaper. They just killed her in the last fucking movie in the perfect death scene that she fucking had.
Yep.
No more. We always do this. It always comes back to this.
It always comes back to Last Jedi.
Last shit I?
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't care.
The last shit I took.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Is there any movies coming out like anytime soon that you're interested in?
I want to see Venom very badly. I am a little bit, it is a Spider-Man character, even though Spider-Man's not technically involved. But I want to see that so bad. Which, by the way, when we do talk about that, it's going to have to be a delayed one. It comes out when I'm gone. I'm going to see it in Scotland.
Gotcha.
For sure. Like I got 2 days in the main city in Edinburgh. And then I will see it, and then I will come back, and we can discuss it immediately. But
yeah, hopefully we'll have enough episodes in the bank to not have to, go silent when you're gone. I could always have KB come over and do a guest.
How the fuck dare you? You gonna have him wear the makeup too and do a shoot of an episode? You prick.
Of Clown Face and Gas Mask?
Yeah,
that motherfucker can't act. Yeah, like you wanted me to have him do all the lines. Love you, Kyle. Yeah, there's nothing like. I guess that's the next thing I'd be excited.
I mean, what
for.
else is there coming out?
I don't know. I mean, it's in that time frame where the movies have kind of died down a little bit. Where,
I want to see Halloween.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's going to be good. I think I'm going to like it. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to like it, but it's not going to really hit home like the first Halloween film did. And nothing will, of course, but I'm trying to say they're making this basically a sequel to that. So I want it to fit that mold, and I don't think it will. But there are things I've seen in the trailer that make me excited about it, the way that they've done a couple of scenes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I definitely want to see that movie. And I'm not trying to just stick with horror-ish type deal things.
I mean, that is kind of your thing.
It is.
Which is fine. I'm not dogging you on it.
I mean, what else is coming out?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Is there another Star Wars movie coming out this year?
No.
There's nothing this year.
Han Solo already came out.
Oh, that's right.
Which I'm yet to see. Which I'm obligated to see.
You were behind the times, man. I've had to see these movies.
I know. I'm the worst.
Not that you should be in any rush. Because I'm sure as hell not buying that movie. Oh, I bet you Kyle will. Bet you Kyle will buy that movie.
Yeah.
Borrow it from him. Tell him not to buy it digital.
I'm sure I'll see it from him. I'd like to remind people that we do have a website, and you can visit it and leave us fun comments.
I did your fucking blog post thing for you.
Mike finally did a blog post, but he still doesn't quite understand putting in a bigger image than what's necessary for the space.
You just said
so people can click on it and make it bigger to see his glorious art.
Swear to God, I can't win.
But you can still see it there. Also, I think I've mentioned this before, but I did create a contact page where you can send us an email, essentially.
No pics.
No pics. We're not going to open them. Or you can send us an email directly at creatives.bordenohio.com. So if there's something you want us to talk about, or if you like episodes where we kind of riff on each other, like when we did that remake workshop, and there's a movie you want to hear us remake, put in your suggestion.
That's fun.
Beyond that, I don't have much going. Well, I started making a concept sketch for my grenade idea for Fortnite, and I was going to post it on Reddit and be like, hey, look at this thing I thought of. The Rift grenade that I thought of. You can see, if you go back in the text, it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What did they announce this week? Basically a Rift grenade.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. At least, obviously, I'm thinking of good shit because they put dev time into that to make it a real thing.
You're being bugged.
But now I don't get to do my little concept art and get my social media, juice where people like my shit.
Do a drawing of a clown for it, design it out just like somebody else did, and get that ball rolling.
I do think that's a fun thing I could do is do concept art for
I can't
ideas
do that shit.
Or whatever. I'm more of a see it and draw it guy, so it's not really my forte.
Do you want me to send you a picture?
No.
I can do that.
No.
It's going to have more of a mushroom head, but
Gross. I got an idea for a new glider. It's just called the Member.
Mr. Toadstool.
And when it unfolds, like it has like the ball skin stretched out as the glider.
See how amazing that sounds?
And as you're going down, the fucking vein throbs.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, I need to think of some other kind of art project to start up and get back into it. Other than that, I still have to level out that spot in my backyard for my shed. What do you got going on, bud?
Why haven't you done that yet?
Because
I've been so...
Well, the weather's not been great. It's been raining a lot.
That's true. It has a lot.
Yeah. But what do you got going
on? I'm doing a drawing for my son right now in charcoal. Something he saw at a Renaissance fair years ago. I took a picture of it and told him I would do it eventually. So I'm doing that. Writing when I write. Music shit when I do music shit. Nothing exciting, man.
It sounds pretty exciting to me.
Not things like leveling the yard.
Yeah, right? You're doing fun. Yeah, I make music when I want to make music. I draw pictures when I want to draw pictures. I write when I want to write. I'm going to be shoveling shit and put down bags of gravel and stuff for probably a day or two.
You know, I heard is really good at that, Kyle. You should have him come over and help you.
He's not going to listen to this in time for that to make sense.
Or Kaz. Kaz, I heard, is really good at that too, and he listens.
Yeah. Kaz, you want to drive, what like the 8 hours
like
or whatever
8
the
hours.
fuck it is?
Yeah.
And come help me.
You know what? He wanted to be on the podcast at some time. There you go. Make him work for
That's
it.
his in?
Yeah, it's his in. Ethan had to win a bet. Kaz has to do some yard work.
Seems fair.
And he better not turn this into a Mexican thing here either, because you know that's his first pitch as he goes for. Oh, what? Because I'm Mexican? Is that what you're trying to say? He'll throw that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying make you work to be on, just like we did my son.
Not touching it.
All right. Well, until next time. Thanks for letting us all up in you, because we're born in Ohio. Do you like that raspiness in the back of my voice when I did that right there? I wish I could do
Yeah.
it all the time. Got some phlegm back there, maybe.
Yeah. You fucked up that second try. Bitch.